For me to whoop somebody's ass, it's a bad day.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys being here. If you're over on Rumble, please hit that like button. More likes equals more hooligans. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting things started. I got the roast in the crock pot, and after the live, I'm going to be making this cornbread, and I'm going to show you guys tomorrow. So like I said earlier, you can judge me harshly based on my first cornbread creation. Either way, we're going to be starting off this live with a video titled Illinois Representatives Move to Impeach Kristi Noem, which isn't going to happen, but, you know, they got to demonize ICE and Kristi Noem. They got to do the thing. Then we got an interesting video titled Iran Issues Assassination Threat Against President Trump. This is not the first time they've done this, but if they want more bunker buster bombs, all they got to do is ask nicely. Then we got a video titled Must Denies Knowledge of Grok Creating Explicit Images of Minors. That whole story is weird, because as far as I know, Grok won't even create explicit images at all. Like, at all. But these people swear up and down that Grok's doing bad things. Then we got a video that's titled Ford Rouge? Rogue? Maybe, I don't know what the fuck that is. This worker calls President Trump a pedophile protector, and President Trump responds with the middle finger. And I like that. I like a president that throws the bird and signs tits. That's what I voted for. Then we got our midlife break, our funny video halfway through. Today it was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Take This American Goodness. Then getting back into the news, we got a video. It's titled ICE Agent Who Shot Renee Good Suffered Internal Bleeding After Being Struck by Her Vehicle. I feel some type of way about this story also. Then we got a video that is titled A Funny Video. It's not a funny video, but it's a funny video. Los Angeles County moves towards creating ICE-free zones at county facilities. It's like a gun-free zone, but for ICE agents. Then we got a video that is titled FBI Searches American Journalist's Home, which that's what President Trump was talking about earlier, saying that they got the leaker. Then for the last little bit of the news, we got a video that is titled Explosive Shots Fired in Police Ambush in South Carolina. Apparently they were using incendiary rounds, and I really, really, really wonder how they got them, because as far as I know, you cannot get that kind of ammunition. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled She's Offering. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled Tweaker Geographic Part 5. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat and see how you hooligans are doing today. Guess on what is this? What is this? Let me see. Can I show the rest of the class? We can. Look at this. I don't know how he got this picture of me. And the person who was chasing me down escaped from Michigan, rated R for violence. The true story of a stalker and an online media sensation in theaters this spring. Very nice guess, very nice. Either way, what is up, everyone, over on jeffmaclive.com. What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Snooks? What's up, Matt Rogers? What's up, Russell? What's up, Zero? What's up, Obnoxious Scott? What's up, guess Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Appreciate all of you guys being on the website. And what is up, everyone, over on Rumble? Glamour, you were first today. Happy freedom to you, Glamour, and I appreciate you racing in the chat. What's up, Wrench? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Tony Rez? What's up, Sly Dog? Happy freedom. What's up, Cass? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you're truly omnipresent. Appreciate you. Let me see. Scrolling through. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bob Roberts? Happy freedom. What's up, Elder Zoomer? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Colty? Happy freedom. What's up, Commie Crusher? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jagula? What's up, Rappy? Happy freedom. What's up, Keep It Salty? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Jacob? Happy freedom. Let me see. Scrolling through here. Make sure we get everybody. What's up, Weevo? Happy freedom to you. Did we get everybody? What's up, Janik? Happy freedom. You hooligans, welcome. Hit that like button. See if you can get us on the front page of Rumble. We've actually been hitting the front page of Rumble. I've been a little bit quiet about it, but if we hit it again today, we're gonna cause a little noise because, you know, you guys are badass. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Kick? What's up, Meta? Happy freedom to you. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. And what is up, everyone over on the GoofTube? What's up, Agent O? You were first today. Happy freedom to you. Hair Juicer, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Mr. Satan? Happy freedom. What's up, Monks? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you are truly omnipresent. Cheeky Chops, you are omnipresent. Appreciate you, hooligans. What's up, Sherry? Happy freedom. What is your name? Damrus Media? Is that what it is? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us. And what is up, everyone over on X? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we'll be starting off with this first video. It's a nice, silly one. Illinois representatives move to impeach Kristi Noem. That's funny. Come on, get this pulled up real quick. This is a short video. Do thing. Shorter than get some likes. I don't know why they got Bill Clinton on there. That's just to get y'all hot and bothered, I guess. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Today, a U.S. Congresswoman from Illinois introducing articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Representative Robin Kelly says Noem must be held accountable for deploying federal agents to multiple cities. It comes just a week after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis. Kelly says she needs to answer for the death, while allies are actually standing by that Minneapolis operation.
Renee Nicole Good is dead because Secretary Noem allowed her DHS agents to run amok. Families are forever torn apart.
We could arrest the bad guy in the safety and security of the jail. But because they normally release them, now we got to go in the community and find them. Then they're mad we're in the community.
A spokesperson for the DHS called the impeachment effort, quote, silly.
It is silly. Well, that's okay. Illinois really acting like they're doing something, and of course the idiots who voted for those people, they believe it. They believe this is actually a possibility. They're going to impeach Kristi Noem. Obviously, that's not how things are going to go, but that's okay. They can go ahead and lie to the people that voted for him. We're going to get right into this next video. Iran issues assassination threat against President Trump. Like I said, this isn't the first time they've done this, but President Trump's been eyeballing them because they're killing their protesters. So if they really want these problems, President Trump, he'd be all too happy to deliver. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't, and let's get into this.
We are following some breaking news out of Iran after Iran threatens President Trump. Take a look at this social media post right now, sharing more details of this threat. This is from the New York Post saying Iran issues a sickening assassination threat against Trump. Quote, this time it will not miss the target. And they also shared a photo of one of the assassination attempts against President Trump. All of this coming as protests continue to escalate in Iran. These are some file video of some of these protests in which reportedly hundreds, if not thousands of people have been killed. Meantime, Iran's judiciary head has signaled earlier today there would be fast trials and executions ahead for suspects detained in these nationwide protests, despite warnings from President Trump that the U.S. may take military action over the killing of peaceful demonstrators. Those comments came as activists warn that hangings of those detained could come soon. The security force crackdown on the demonstrations has killed at least 2,500 people. That's according to the U.S.-based human rights activist news agency. The death toll exceeds that of any other round of protest or unrest in Iran in decades and recalls the chaos surrounding the country's 1979 Islamic Revolution. These demonstrations began on December 28th over the collapse of an Iranian currency as the country's economy is being squeezed by international sanctions levied in part over its nuclear program. This also comes as President Trump has consulted with his national security team about next steps with Iran as he looks to get a better understanding of the specific number of Iranian citizens who have been killed and arrested in more than 2 weeks of unrest throughout the country. So this is some video of just some of those protests that have continued to grow in Iran. President
Okay, so it starts to get redundant after that point. But either way, next up we got Musk denies knowledge of Grok creating explicit images of minors. Now, I don't know. I've never tried to make videos or images like that because that's weirdo shit. But I have seen people put out images from Grok and stuff. Never, ever have I seen anything explicit. I've never seen tits or anything like that. Even like graphic content like death. The portrayal of blood, right, gore. Grok does not create that crap. And so these people are all upset, and they claim that Grok is making inappropriate content of what is being depicted as minors, right? But I don't necessarily believe that. So I feel like something else is going on here, that they're trying to get Grok away from these companies and stuff, because it's bad publicity for Grok. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these first two stories here. The first one, Illinois representatives moved to impeach Kristi Noem. They're trying, but these jokers aren't going to get any traction. They just want to demonize Kristi Noem. They know they're not going to be able to impeach her. And then the second video, Iran throwing threats at President Trump. And like I said, this is not the first time they've threatened to do an attempt against President Trump, but President Trump's been spicy lately. I don't know if they were paying attention to what happened in Venezuela, but they need to cool off on these threats. It's not going to end well for Iran. Either way, like I said, Musk and Grok coming up next, but first we're hopping in the chat. Ghostly, we're on the way to bomb the fuck out of them right now. You're probably right, Ghostly. I thought today we were going to have news saying that we went and did a strike over there, because yesterday we covered a video where President Trump was talking about, you know, we don't like that they're killing their protesters, and supposedly the deaths are in the thousands. And then the reporter that President Trump was talking to in that video that we covered was saying that there was supposed to be hangings today of those protesters, and President Trump did not like the sound of that, or at least that's what it appeared to be. So I thought today for sure we were going to see some sort of information like that, but I guess not. Instead, Iran's making threats. Like, okay. I don't know, they can't get glassed fast enough. Here, Juicer, no, not the Clinton titties. Don't do that. That made the whole chat mad that day. I'll never get that image out of my head. Ghostly, we just moved a strike group over there. Yeah, see, and they're asking for it, and then after they get it, then they're going to be all, poor me, poor me. That's how it goes. Russell, Iran doesn't want these problems. Yeah, I don't know why they're asking for it. They definitely don't. Russell, the death was not a murder, talking about Renee. No, and they keep saying that. There was a story that I passed up that almost it could have landed on the schedule. Apparently, Minnesota, I think it was, did some sort of poll on, do they think the shot was justified? And they're saying like 53% of people, voters, as they worded it, 53% of voters believe the shot was unjustified. Did they not see the body cam footage? Like, I don't even understand why it's still being debated at this point. It seems pretty clear she shouldn't have done what she did, and now she's not with us anymore. Russell, Iran just backed off the hangings. Yeah. They were saying that earlier when we were covering President Trump about milk. That's what it was. We were covering President Trump about some milk. Oh, we got raided? Hold on a second. Let me take a gander over here. We did get raided by the Amber May Show. Hold on here. We need to do the raid dance. thank you so much for the raid. Let me grab your link really quick. Drop it in the chat. Welcome, raiders. Hit your like button, or hit my like button on your way in here. Let me see. Give the follow. Bam. The Amber May Show. Go and give them a follow. I just dropped the link in the chat. Now, like I just said a moment ago, next up we got Musk denies knowledge of Grok creating explicit images of minors. But right now we are hopping in the chat and seeing what everybody thinks about these first two videos. Once again, President Trump being threatened by Iran, and Kristi Noem getting threatened with impeachment by representatives in Illinois. Thank you for letting me know, Snooks. Ghostly, they're going to arrest the wife of Renee. I wonder, because she was also agitating and interfering with ICE, and then she told her wife or whatever, drive right into the ICE agent. I don't know. You would think she would have survivor's guilt like crazy, but I guess you got to have a conscience in order to have that, right? Oh, I try, Snooks. That's my terrible attempt at a Trump dance. If I do it bad enough, it's just the raid dance, you know? What's up, Sergeant No? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Animal? Happy freedom to you. What's up, TV Green? Happy freedom and welcome back. What is your name? Makato? Happy freedom. Instigating, that's right. What's up, Polish? What's up, Wendy Wild? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Pro Gun? Happy freedom. We were told there would be grilled cheese sandwiches here. I'm sorry, Pro Gun. I ate them all. I was feeling the effects of that too. Eating 9 grilled cheese in a row, it's the max. You don't want to do more than that. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom. What's up, Sergeant Tripod? Happy freedom to you. Appreciate all of you hooligans sliding through. What's up, God Sign? Happy freedom to you. You hooligans crack me up. Oh, I appreciate you, Cass. What's up, Bill Clay? Happy freedom to you. Animal grilled cheese with pickles. I have never had that. I'm not necessarily against it. I found out that I do not like pickles being cut the way they are. Them petals, I don't know how I don't like them being sliced. I want them diced. I hate taking a bite out of a burger and you got pickle flapping you in the face and shit. It's like you never eat the pickle. You just get the edge and then you take your bite and it right on the face, right? And I don't like that. I don't like pickles on my face. I know what you're thinking. And I don't like it. So I prefer pickles to be diced. We need to like protest that, because no more sliced pickles. I don't believe in it. You know, I just don't. Zero, I think we do the scream. Well, maybe not. I'll have to go back and look. We do it at the end, though. That phrasing was forget some. Gotta keep things entertaining or else he'll wander off. What's up, Nucking Futz? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. I almost called you Southern Gentleman. Everybody on the website got me doing that. Nobody can read, and I'm following suit over here. What's up, Guess Who? Happy freedom. Guess who? Let's swap protesters. We will take all the hot Persian gals and send in ugly soy Tifa and the members of the Gravy Seals. What is this? Those individuals over there can deal with them. And we have the new hot freedom-loving females. Is that how you're willing to make a trade? Guess who? Is that what you're saying? Media, it's not going to land in the chat. There's no links in the chat, but you can join Discord if you want to post it over there. What's up, Mr. Lynn? Happy freedom. What's up, Derek? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Miss Jenna X? Happy freedom. What's up, Lee? Happy freedom to you. Rosmanson, I would have never guessed that Minnesota is so crazy left. That's got to be sarcasm. That's where all this stuff happens. This is where the George Floyd stuff started. Oh, I appreciate you, media. Thank you for sticking with us. What's up, Retro? Happy freedom to you. It's a magic happy freedom. I know what you're thinking before I could type it. Yeah, I knew what you guys were thinking. You guys be fantasizing about pickles on my face? Exactly, Zero. This is what when I'm not live, this is what you guys think is going on. You're wrong, okay? You're wrong. That's not how things go around here. Dirty little hooligans. Anyways, moving forward here, like I said, Musk denies knowledge of Grok creating explicit images of minors, which is a pretty crazy allegation. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you hooligans really quick. If you'd like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this video pulled up. Grok's been doing bad things. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Elon Musk said on Wednesday he was not aware of any explicit images of minors generated by xAI's Grok, as scrutiny of the chatbot and his social media platform X intensifies worldwide. He wrote in a post on X he was, quote, not aware of any naked underage images generated by Grok, literally zero. Musk's comments come after 3 Democratic U.S. senators last week called on Apple and Google to drop X and Grok from app stores, citing the spread of non-consensual sexual images of women and minors on the platform. A coalition of women's groups, tech watchdogs, and progressive activists called for a similar move. Jenna Sherman works for a women's rights advocacy group called Ultraviolet.
We are telling them that they are enabling a system in which thousands, if not tens of thousands, of people, particularly women and children, are being sexually abused through the help of their own app stores. And we're saying this is not acceptable.
The Musk-owned apps are also facing government investigations and bans or legal action in countries such as Malaysia and Indonesia. Musk reiterated that Grok is programmed to refuse illegal requests and must comply with the laws of any given country or state. Musk said earlier on X that anyone using Grok to make illegal content would suffer the same consequences as if they uploaded illegal content. Last week, X curtailed Grok's ability to generate or edit images publicly for many users. However, industry experts and watchdogs have said that Grok was still able to produce sexually explicit images. They said restrictions such as paywalls may not fully block access to AI image tools.
The actions of Grok and X are disgusting and they're shameful.
In the UK, the law is set to change this week to criminalize the creation of sexually explicit images by Grok. Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Wednesday that X is working to comply with the new rules.
Okay. Now, I actually feel like something else is going on here. And I don't know what or why they would be doing this, but as long as AI's been generating images, people have been trying to get AI to generate titties. Okay, that's how it goes. They knew what they were doing when they gave us AI. They knew this was going to happen. Now, as far as I know, Grok has never been able to do that kind of stuff. And as time's gone on, they've restricted Grok. The best Grok we had was Mecha Hitler, and everybody didn't appreciate Mecha Hitler, and then, the next day they neutered it. So that happened. Now, I think it's weird how it went from not being able to generate titties to now Grok is generating explicit images of minors. Where is that? I don't want to know, but you know what I mean? Like, how did they come to the conclusion that that's a real thing happening? Because I've never heard of anything like that. Not from Grok. Grok is entertaining. Let's put it like that. Grok's wrong about a lot of shit. All the time. It's not very useful. Even trying to make it generate code and stuff like that, stuff it's supposed to be great at, it's not that great. It's not. It creates problems all the time. But apparently it's creating this content, and I just don't believe it. So either way, they're saying that these 3 Dems are calling for companies to drop Grok, claiming that Grok is creating explicit photos of minors. Elon saying he doesn't know of any instances of Grok making explicit images. And like I said, I've never seen Grok make explicit images of any sort, and not just titties, but like gore, right? It's not going to show bullet holes in a person or bleeding or, cartilage, nasty gore, right? It doesn't show any of that. So this is really weird. And it makes me think that there's something else going on in the background, that these are false claims with intentions of getting people to turn away from Grok. But why? Why would they want that, right? Because half the time they got this battle of AI is so great, you need it in your face, you need it in your phone, you need it on your computer. And at the same time, you got people saying, oh, AI is going to steal our jobs and it's going to be the end of us. So this is somewhere in the middle of that struggle, and I'm not sure what's going on, but obviously they want people to turn away from Grok. Maybe we'll figure out why coming up. Either way, next up we got Ford worker calls Trump a pedophile protector. President responds with the middle finger. It's coming up next. So first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Grok being naughty. Zero, they're blaming Grok for other AI content. Yeah, but Grok doesn't produce any explicit material at all. So there's something that the online prostitutes do on X right now. And they post these photos of themselves, right? How do I explain it? Seductive looking photos, right? But they got clothes on. And the caption will read, ask Grok to put me in a bathing suit. Now, of course, everybody in the comments is doing that. But then there's other people who are like, take their clothes off, this, that, and the other. Grok won't do that. Grok will put you in a bathing suit and, kind of make you look a little spicy. But Grok won't make you naked. It just won't. And not only will it not alter photos like that, it won't generate photos like that. So that's what I mean. It's like, what kind of content are they referencing? Because I've never seen any explicit content from Grok. And so I don't know. It's weird. Ghostly. For 2 weeks they were able to do it. Interesting. So maybe it was like the Mecha Hitler Grok. Maybe there was some sort of bug or something and people were exploiting it for a while. Maybe that's what it was. Guess how do you know about online hookers? Because they're everywhere. Because every woman that's ever been offended over the last 2 years has become an online prostitute. It's so disgusting. Those people don't realize, though. They think that they're going to, post their back door on the internet and become a millionaire because that's what the propaganda tells them. But it's not true. They get out there, they expose themselves, they gain depression, they lose their self-worth and self-respect. Everybody cuts ties with them because nobody wants to be connected to a prostitute. Their future endeavors of ever obtaining a husband just goes right out the window at that point. They don't make any money. They contemplate deleting themselves. And then it all comes to an end, right? And then, again, in the future, if they try to get a boyfriend or a husband or anything like, well, nobody's going to want you. You just showed all your body parts to the internet. Now you're basically worthless. I hope you can enjoy, or you can wash dishes and be a waitress, because that's pretty much the only place that's going to want you after this. And so it is what it is, but that's how it rolls. It's how it rolls. The rest of them just hate men. That's all I see on the internet. I have to take breaks and shit, because it's like you'd be on the internet, like on TikTok or whatever, and it's like, don't you hate when men, and I just scroll. I wish men would stop, scroll. I hate when men, okay, that's it. It's the whole timeline is that. And I'm like, I don't know. The phone you're on was made by a man. The tech you're using was made by a man. We're not that bad, okay? Just get off of it. What's up, Southern Eagleman? Thank you for joining us over here on the website. Guess I stay friends with him about 3 minutes and 14 seconds. That's a long time, guess You gotta rub it in my face. Ah, that's what she said. You guys, it's not Saturday. You gotta chill out. What's up, Libby Racer? Happy freedom to you. Libby Racer, AOC tried Grok several times. Even Grok can't fix AOC. What's up, Craig? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Bones? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, yep. That's what you're talking about. Torek. I wish I could figure out how to say your name. Either way, daddy issues, that's where it stems from. That's what they say. Keep it salty, it's not Grok per se. It's anything to hurt Elon. Yeah, I think so too. Especially because Elon's been kind of buddying up with Trump, I guess. And President Trump had mentioned Elon potentially bringing Starlink to Iran because of all the protests going on and all that kind of stuff. And I've noticed the uptick in people hating on Elon. And it's because, he's playing nice with Trump and they can't stand that. I wish I could figure out how to say your name. We'll go with Taruk until you correct me. The worker suspended. Yeah, and it's not enough. I don't know. We're after we cover the video, we'll talk about it, because there's a bunch of stuff about that whole Heckler President Trump thing that's kind of weird. What's up, Mad Marv? Happy freedom to you. TV Green, you need X-Lax brownies after all that cheese. For some reason, I just don't get affected like that. I understand not everybody can have 9 grilled cheese in a row. I figured it out yesterday. I thought that was a normal thing. I was like, how many grilled cheese do you think there was? Like 3, 4? Nah, son. Nah. Not even close. 9. Everybody thought I was speaking German. I was 9. That's how many I had. That's okay. What's up, Jojo? Happy freedom to you. Libby Racer, liberal hypocrisy served fresh daily. That's right. Turok, a pickle fetish? Not I. But Matt Rogers over here, he's got these pickle chips. I guess they're not slices, they're chips. Either way, I don't like them. Matt Rogers, the internet's full of anti-man content. Yeah, I hate it, because if you try to post a video saying you hate women or whatever, it will absolutely get taken down. It's considered against community guidelines. You know they can hear you, right? They can hear you verbally abusing me right now. Klaus Daniels, we're skipping your fancy feast today. Zero, Jeff always seems to eat 9 grilled cheese. It's because the last 2 pieces are the heels of the bread. And that's just this too low quality grilled cheese at that point. So that's why we conclude at 9. Is that true? We're going to have to fact check it. All right, we'll go lay your butt down. Hair Juicer, the union definitely saved him from being fired. UAW is lefty as fuck. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are saying, is that if he wasn't unionized, he probably would have got canned. Because it kind of makes the facility look bad if its workers are screaming, not slurs, but profanity at the president. Go say, that's the best part of the bread. It doesn't cook right. How do you, okay, if you're making grilled cheese and you're using the heels of the bread, do you put it innards together or outies together? How do you do it? Because if you have the outside cooking on the pan, it don't crisp up right. You know what I mean? I'm a little picky. A little bit. What's up, Sneakin'? Happy freedom to you. We're going to get into this next video in just a moment. Meta. I'm happy with box cornbread. Well, I don't know. I've never made cornbread at all, and I just figured if I was going to make it, I should do it from scratch. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think about it. What's up, Stern? Happy freedom. What's up, Jim? Happy freedom to you. Stern, cook the inside of the heels of the bread. So, like, I don't know how to explain it. Face the crust inward. Guess who? Be like sliced pickles, not wieners. I like diced pickles, but everybody says it's relish. But I think relish has something else added to it. But maybe I'm completely wrong. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom to you. It's a bullseye. Happy freedom to you. Cheese on the heels. Maybe that's what I should have did. Instead, I just threw it away. What a waste. What's up, Parabellum? Happy freedom to you. Zero, I make fake grilled cheese, toast the bread, butter it, lay on the cheese, and then nuke it. A hybrid. Those are hybrid grilled cheese. I didn't know. Well, let's move forward, you hooligans. Like I said, Ford worker calls Trump pedophile protector, and President Trump throws the bird. Let's get this pulled up. Now, I think they blur out President Trump giving the finger because we're not all adults here, I guess. Either way, fun. Look at this. That's meme worthy. Look at his face. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Well, it is the candid moment caught on camera during President Trump's visit to the Ford Rouge plant in Dearborn yesterday. A worker caught heckling the president and President Trump firing back right away with a middle finger. The video is now blowing up online, and the man who heckled him is being flooded with donations. Let's get to Lauren Kostick. She's live tonight. And Lauren, you spoke to this guy. What did he have to say?
Well, Kimberly, that's right. We spoke to him outside his home earlier today. He didn't want to go on camera. Understandably, he's overwhelmed by all this, worried about his family and his job, which is now on the line. But the UAW came out today saying they stand by him. Just one day after a fiery exchange between President Trump and a Detroit auto worker, the UAW is now throwing its support behind the worker. In a new statement, the union's vice president promised to fight for the employee, citing his rights to freedom of speech and contract protections. Adding, quote, workers should never be subjected to vulgar language or behavior by anyone, including the President of the United States.
I think it's a great product.
While some employees stopped to take selfies, one employee, now identified as TJ Sabula, had some strong words for the president. In a video obtained by TMZ, TJ appeared to call Trump a pedophile protector. In response, Trump seemed to mouth an expletive back before flipping him the bird. Ford immediately
he said the fuck word,
saying in a statement, one of our core values is respect, and we don't condone anyone saying anything inappropriate like that within our facilities. When that happens, we have a process to deal with it, but we don't get into specific personnel matters. The White House called the employee a lunatic and said the president gave an appropriate and unambiguous response. Meanwhile, support for TJ continues to grow. 2 GoFundMe campaigns have raised nearly $700,000 as of Wednesday. In an interview with the Post, TJ said he doesn't regret what he said. And we just checked those GoFundMes again, both of them well above $700K now. TJ also told us that he would be open to talking once all this plays out, but right now he's just worried about getting his job back. Live in Detroit, Lauren Kostick, Local 4.
Okay, Lauren, thank you.
I think the end of that is funny. Oh, he's just worried about getting his job back. Oh, really? Because you just said he has 2 GoFundMes that have more than $700,000 each. That's 1.4 million doll hairs. That's like hitting the lottery on the worst day you could hit the lottery. I don't think he's that worried about getting his job back. I know I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be worried about going back to the factory. This guy hit the lotto ticket. I don't know. And by the way, this is supposedly a real photo, so I love that. They should have made that the campaign picture. Shit, we would have got the whole country voting for President Trump if that was the campaign photo. Hell yeah. The orange eagle out here throwing the bird. I love it. Either way, next up we got our midlife break. It's our funny video halfway through. Today was provided by Stoner, and it's titled Take This American Goodness. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this heckler at the Ford facility that President Trump visited yesterday. Once again, they were saying that President Trump flipped him off after this heckler called him a pedophile protector, obviously in reference to the Epstein files. The heckler was suspended from work temporarily, but like I said, he's got 2 GoFundMes, and supposedly both of them are over $700K. Somebody needs to make me a GoFundMe and just accidentally figure out how to make me a millionaire. We will do great things with it, I promise. Either way, hopping in the chat. Here, Juicer, 1.5 million. I'll say anything to anyone for that kind of scratch. That's what I'm saying. I would do things for that kind of money. Like, that's a good chunk of change there. Man, I'm gonna sue you for hurting my feelings. Days are over. It depends if they get a liberal judge or not. Guess you think he's gonna be fired? I've seen long-time UAW employees fired for less. They might. 10 Man, they can dish it out, but they can't take it. Yeah. That's what I think is funny. He wants to call him a pedophile, and then he gets the finger, and he's all of a sudden he's doing interviews. I'm like, okay. 10 Man UAW president's being replaced. Oh, I see. Well, yeah, his time might be cut short here. What's up, Crystals? Happy freedom to you. Colty, I think we need to just go back to fists in the streets to solve issues. I've been saying that for a long time. If people thought they were going to get their ass whooped, they'd worry about important things and they would talk less. I live in California. I need a GoFundMe. I don't know the magic they use when they put together these GoFundMes. It's crazy. Like that one woman. Remember that one girl who had her kid at the playground or whatever, and some other kid did something, stole something out of her purse or whatever, and she said a slur and then became a millionaire, and then we all just stopped hearing about it? Like, how do you get that stuff to happen? You know, just wondering, like, what's the ingredients to make that come about? 10 Man, he'll be reprimanded and then fired. Well, we'll see. He was talking that stuff to President Trump. I'm sure people are going to keep an eye on him. Just reading through here. Janik, why is there a GoFundMe? It sounds like somebody else set it up. Like maybe he didn't set it up. That's what I don't understand is why is there two? How many GoFundMes can you set up for the same cause? I've never set up a GoFundMe. Maybe I should. I need an attorney like bad, but I don't know. I worry about stuff being official. I worry about, being accused of fraud and shit like that. And then you see this. It's like, okay, the guy said something bad to the president. President flipped him off. He's got 2 GoFundMes and he's about to hit $1 million hairs on both. That just happens? I don't know. It just sounds weird to me. Wevo, you suspended, didn't lose his job? Yeah. Well, they're supposedly doing an investigation because that's the policy. God signed the nutcase, started it. Yeah. Now he's a poor little victim. He got the presidential finger. Some funny stuff I want to say, but I'm trying to reel it in here. Starting tripod. I like money. That's what I'm saying. Crystals, make it make sense. I can't. I don't know how these situations come about. What's up, Otters? Happy freedom to you. Zero GoFundMe is a money laundering operation. That's what I think too. I mean, you're probably right, but it makes a lot of sense when you think about it like that. How somebody starts a GoFundMe and then all of a sudden $1 million here just flies in. I don't know. Guess I know the Justice for Gunner GoFundMe was set up and they still won't let the person withdraw the money. Interesting. I know that there was problems with the Canadian convoy. People were trying to do GoFundMes and they were like freezing the accounts and stuff. Wevo, Democrats set it up and used tax dollars to donate. I totally believe that. Starting tripod, why would he need a GoFundMe? Exactly. Well, and that's the other thing is like, what is the purpose? Is it? I think on the one it said something. He was suspended. He needs money to survive while he's being suspended. He was suspended for what he did. Like, hey, I messed up and I'm paying the consequences. You guys want to pay my bills? That's weird. And then people gave him $700,000. I don't know. What's up, Pag? Happy freedom to you. Meta, I'm so glad that President Trump didn't cuss with the kids in the room this morning. Yeah, although talking about executions and killing people 7 inches away from a little kid wasn't great. I mean, it's not his fault that the reporters are asking those questions, and he's obligated to answer them. If he didn't answer the questions, of course, the media would take it and run with it and say President Trump's lying or misleading or, whatever, refusing to answer questions. Although they didn't feel that way when KJP was out there, twisting everything and referring everyone to other departments for answers, and old man Walter unable to answer any questions, not doing any press briefings and stuff. Yup. Meta, get the bird from the president and get paid. I know. And they're all like, oh, this poor guy just wants his job back. No, he don't. No, he don't. Like, unless he's got MAGA threatening him, which he probably does, that's probably the worst of his problems. He just became a millionaire, and he got the attention from the president of the United States. This guy's probably beside himself. He's probably over the moon right now. What's up, Rad? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Peyton? Happy freedom to you. Stern, can't wait for my 19-year-old daughter to see that. Be hearing all about how unpresidential President Trump is. Yeah, that's rough stuff. Peyton, is XRP doing good right now? What's up, Bee's Knees? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Lori? Happy freedom to you. Lori, communists are cooked. They are. What's up, Stone Cold? Happy freedom to you. Walls is about to address the Fed operation. Yeah, interesting. We'll probably just grab a video tomorrow for it. What's up, Tax? Happy freedom. Mr. Lynn, Trump has the same rights, free speech. Yeah, and of course the news video we played is biased. They're like, oh, the poor worker, he's been suspended from his job, but they're claiming free speech, and so his job's a bunch of meanies. And like, okay, all right. What's up, Cindy? Happy freedom to you. Zero, the Trump bird is going to meme so hard. It is. It's taking off right now. And it's the middle of the week, right? So we got all the memes coming up on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of that. A lot of Trump bird there. It's going to be good stuff. Moving forward here, getting into our midlife break. Let's get this pulled up. Gonna do the thing. Do the little thing there. This is what that factory worker needs. This is provided by Stoner, and this is titled, Take Some of This American. Right in that guy's face. All right, getting back into the news here. Next up, ICE agent who shot Renee Good suffered internal bleeding after being struck by her vehicle. I don't know. I feel kind of weird about this one too, but we'll get into it in just a moment. First, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick. If you'd like to join the membership program over on Rumble and become an official hooligan, all you have to do is click that big red subscribe button right below where you type in the chat. Now, if you're on Android and using the Rumble app, you're unable to see that big red subscribe button. So you got to open a browser, go to rumble.com, come to the live, hop in the chat. And like I said, right below where you type in the chat, you will see that big red subscribe button. Click that button and jump through the hoops, and your name will be highlighted as an official Rumble hooligan. You'll have access to our custom emojis. We have chapstick emojis, screaming goat emojis, Klaus Daniels emojis, President Trump emojis, and more. It's a lot of fun during the live, especially during a Trump live. So definitely go join the membership program over on Rumble. Let's get this pulled up.
The ICE agent who fatally...
Come on now. Let me see. Now, unfortunately, they put this up as a short, so it is the way it is. But either way, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
The ICE agent who fatally shot Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis last week reportedly suffered internal bleeding after being struck by her SUV, according to multiple officials familiar with his medical condition. Now, Department of Homeland Security officials said the injuries were to the agent's torso, though they declined to provide additional details about the severity of the bleeding. Now, the agent, identified as Jonathan Ross, fired his weapon on January 7th after Good allegedly attempted to
ram him and other officers with her vehicle. One DHS source indicated that Ross has not yet returned to work, though the reason for his absence remains unclear. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem previously acknowledged that Ross was taken to a hospital following the incident and released later that same day. And she said he is recovering from his injuries and characterized him as an experienced law enforcement officer who believed he was acting in self-defense and in defense of his colleagues. Good's family is now being represented by attorneys from the same Chicago-based law firm that represented the family of George Floyd. In a statement, the firm said Good's death was, quote, wrong, contrary to established policing practices and procedures, and should never happen in today's America. The attorneys emphasized that the family wants to, quote, honor her life with progress toward a kinder and more civil America. They do not want her used as a political pawn, but rather as an agent of peace for all. The firm said it plans to pursue a civil investigation into the shooting as well. On Wednesday, Minnesota, along with cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, participated in a Zoom hearing related to a lawsuit against the federal government seeking to halt an increase in ICE activity. Now, a district judge ultimately declined to issue a temporary restraining order against ICE operations, indicating she would require additional evidence before issuing a ruling. The ICE agent who fatally shot Renee.
Okay. Well, did they say what day she got shot? I can't remember. Let's see what day it was, because today's the 14th. I think she was shot on the 7th. She was shot on the 7th. So it took 7 days for them to tell us that he has internal bleeding, or he had internal bleeding from being struck by the SUV. Now I feel like that sounds wonky. And it's his, right for nobody to know. It's not anybody's business what's going on. But I just feel like 7 days later to make an announcement, oh, by the way, the guy that was struck by the SUV, he got internal bleeding. I feel like they should have just kept that shit to themselves. Because to the rest of us, that sounds like confirmation, right? We already seen the video. We know that she ran into the office, or to the agent, and he responded with fire, right? And that's what it is. And it doesn't matter if she hit him hard. Doesn't matter if she intended to hit him hard. The point is you cannot move a human being with your vehicle. You're not able to do that. It is a crime. That's why the protesters throw themselves in front of your car and shit if you try to cross their picket lines and all of that, right? It is a crime to move a human being with your car. To actually hit them makes it even worse, right? Nudging them is bad enough. Now, when it's an officer or an agent or any kind of law enforcement, you absolutely do not want to try and move them with your vehicle. So the whole, did he hit him? Oh, he bumped him. Oh, it nudged him. That does not matter. She tried to flee, right, and moved a human being with her vehicle. Now, in this case, they're saying that he's got internal bleeding. He was hit hard enough to get internal bleeding. I don't know what to think about that. I've seen all the footage. I have a hard time believing that he got internal bleeding from being nudged by the vehicle. Maybe he did. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. But it also doesn't matter to me, because I already know she struck him with the vehicle. She's not with us anymore. And no matter what anybody thinks, it's not going to change that. And it just is what it is. So I look at it in the perspective of the lefties, right? Because they're the ones that are actively crying about this shit. Everybody else is over it. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Renee Good. I'm sorry she made the choices she made. I'm sorry she's no longer with us. That's too bad. That's it. The end. I'm ready for different news. I'm ready for other stuff going on. The lefties are not. They're holding on to this. They want this to be the next George Floyd. So 7 days later, agent reports he's got internal bleeding. Now this looks like government is making excuses, right? That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, this is the government making excuses. This is the government covering up murder. That's what they're going to say. They could have kept this shit to themselves and let this stuff die down a little bit more, because we already got the footage. We already know what happened. They didn't have to do this. And so I think it's going to stoke some flames, even though it's undeserving. Either way, next up we got Los Angeles County moves towards creating ICE-free zones at the county facilities. So it's like a gun-free zone, but for ICE agents. This is a stupid idea, just like gun-free zones are. They're a stupid and unconstitutional idea. But either way, first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this ICE agent. Once again, they're saying that the ICE agent that shot Renee Good has suffered internal bleeding when he was struck by her SUV specifically. They mentioned that and this is another thing, is Renee Good's family is being backed by the same attorney that backed George Floyd's family. Where'd they get that money from? Donations? He just doing it out of the goodness of his heart? I doubt it. I doubt it. And so I don't know. That's not good. That's not good, because these people they're connected. They're part of this whole corrupt system. And there's a couple of these kinds of attorneys, like Crump, I think his name is. You see him in these kind of situations too. And I'm pretty sure he's back in Carmelo Anthony, right? Everybody forgot about Carmelo Anthony. Remember, he stabbed the white kid at the track meet and then got bonded out. Family made $1 million overnight. Nobody knows how. Now people forgot about Carmelo Anthony. We're going to see what's going to happen with that too, because I imagine that'll come back any day now. Anyways, like I said, next up we got LA trying to create ICE-free zones. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this ICE agent reporting to have internal bleeding, and Renee Good's family being backed by the same attorney that defended George Floyd's family. Ghostly dude bounced off the bumper. Yeah. Man, she was at fault. Enough said. Yeah. I mean, she was. She was at fault. Zero, except for in Florida, it's okay to move protesters with your vehicle if they're in the road. Yeah, if they're in the road. Matt Rogers, crooked ambulance chasers. Yeah. I'm telling you, the left is going to be crying about this. What's up, James? Happy freedom to you. James, they lost in the court of public opinion, so they have to try and add validity. Yeah. That's what I think, too. I think that they released this just to reinforce, like, hey, she was in the wrong. Stop being mad at ICE. She was in the wrong. And I'm sure that was their intentions, but you know, you're dealing with these vile, ignorant people who think what they think, and you can't change their mind, because that's the thing. You can try and convince somebody, but you cannot change the way somebody thinks. And so, you know, dealing with unhappy people who are determined to be unhappy, and that's all it's going to, you know, it is what it is. Southern Tripod, Portland ICE already shot 2 illegals, and they're not playing. That's the other thing I think is real funny, is that the next day, the very next day, Border Patrol shot 2 illegals. They survived, but they're Tren de Aragua, and, you know, they're here illegally and all of that. How come the protesters ain't mad about that? Normally, like, that was the whole thing they were defending. The whole reason they've been mad for the last couple of years is because they don't want ICE to go after illegals. ICE shot illegals. You don't hear anything about that. I'm shocked that they care so much about Renee, considering she's white, but it is what it is. It's all a plan. It's all a show. Janik, writers are not going to let this die down. Yeah, they're trying to keep it going, but I don't know, it's cold outside. Daynon, happy freedom to you. Super interested in the Carmelo Anthony case. Me too. It's got to be coming up. It's been a while. Like I said, everybody forgot about it. It'll be coming up, and we'll cover it. I don't know if we'll be able to cover it live. We'll see. We used to cover trials live all the time, and they stopped showing them live. I think the last one we covered was that female officer who yelled taser, taser, then shot and killed the driver. I can't remember what her name is, Michelle or something like that. I think that was the last trial we covered, but we used to cover trials all the time. What's up, Major? Happy freedom to you. Butterfly, you know the left is going to spin the shit out of this. Yeah, they are. Sergeant Tripod, start him a GoFundMe. That's an idea. That's an idea. I bet that ICE agent would like $700,000. Sergeant Tripod, oh my God. At least the kids still have one mom. Smoking me. It feels like Saturday around here. Elder Zoomer, doctors suck these days. It takes forever for doctors to tell you what's wrong after you get hit by a car. Yeah. Yup. Animal Karen Floyd. Yeah. TV Green, I'm hearing rumblings that we may hit Iran tonight. It's because they were making threats against President Trump. Yeah, it sounds like that's what's going to happen. What's up, T1? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Hooligans Island? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom. Matt Rogers, I think we still have a few months before Anthony goes to court. Oh, yeah. I'm sure. I'm not expecting it to come up in January or anything like that. I just mean like we're in a new year. Chances are it'll be coming up at some point. Meta. When the agent was hit before, they showed the pictures of his injuries, so there must have been bruises that caused internal bleeding unless he popped a hemorrhoid and they're milking it. Severe internal bleeding needs surgery, or you bleed to death sooner than 7 days. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just waited. Maybe they staggered the information. Maybe they knew days ago that he had internal bleeding. It's just weird that it's breaking today, 7 days later. Rad, she didn't hit him that hard. Yeah. At least it didn't look that way, but he's also got a lot of gear on and stuff. And the footage you see is, it is what it is, but I don't know. I just know the left is going to spin it, and that was the point I was just trying to make. Derek, could have taken time for it to show up and they should have saved it for the court. Well, I'm sure it'll still be a part of court, but yeah, that could be. Disney, she made her choice, and that's that, honestly, for me. Yeah, that's how I feel too. What's up, Noodles? Happy freedom to you. All right, Hooligans, moving forward here. Like I said, Los Angeles County is moving towards creating an ice-free zone or multiple ice-free zones at county facilities. I don't know how they can create stuff like this. I know they're going to try. It sounds dumb. We don't need gun-free zones. We definitely don't need ice-free zones. Stupid idea. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
Just into the newsroom, LA County is now moving forward with creating ice-free zones amid rising criticism and outrage over recent immigration operations.
The County Board of Supervisors just voted on a measure that would start the process. Eyewitness News reporter Carlos Granda live in Elysian Park with what the new ordinance could do. Carlos.
Well, that's right. The board voted just a few minutes ago, and it was unanimous, 5-0, to try to restrict how federal immigration enforcement operates on county property. This would create so-called ice-free zones. The ordinance would prevent Immigration and Customs Enforcement from using county-owned parks and other locations as staging areas or processing sites unless they have judicial warrants or emergency authorization.
What we are doing is affirming what is already law. If they have a federal judicial warrant that is clearly presented, they are able to conduct business per the federal judicial warrant. That is the level that is required, and we have seen that ICE has acted without those warrants.
A staging area would be defined as county property used to assemble and deploy vehicles or personnel, and there would be signs to indicate it is off limits to civil law enforcement actions. There could also be physical barriers like locked doors and gates.
These are places where people come to get services from the government. There are programs that are actually funded by the federal government happening in our county buildings. So if they want people to feel safe to get those services and support, they have to make sure that people can actually come to those buildings to get the services.
I would like to hold a moment of silence.
This morning, the Board of Supervisors held a moment of silence for people killed by federal agents who were either on or off duty at the time.
These are mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters, and valued members of their communities.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This comes as there is growing tensions over ICE in Southern California. At today's police commission meeting, the family of Keith Porter spoke about his death. He was killed allegedly by an off-duty ICE agent.
Work with all of your might. Use the power of your positions to help us as a family seek justice for my cousin.
But would these zones be enforceable? This could end up in court since federal law provides immunity and protects federal officers from state prosecution if they are performing their duties. County attorneys now have to draft the actual ordinance, and the board will vote on this at a later date. Reporting live from Elysian Park, I'm Carlos Granda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, we don't need ice-free zones. We don't need gun-free zones. Gun-free zones should be converted into concealed carry zones. It would fix the whole stigma of that. Either way, they're saying that they want to create these ice-free zones, and ICE would be prohibited in these areas unless they have a federal warrant, which is kind of already the situation, is they're not really supposed to be on your property or anything like that unless they have a warrant. But whatever, Los Angeles acts like they're actually doing something out here. Maybe it has to do with midterms. Maybe they're worried about how people are going to vote. And so they're trying to, say these kind of things out loud in public to solidify their voter base. A bunch of lefties out there. I don't know. Just guessing. Next up, FBI searches American journalist's home. They're looking for classified information. When we covered President Trump earlier today, talking about milk, he brought up that we got a leaker and they're in jail right now. Now, I'm kind of confused about who exactly is in jail because they did raid this house of this journalist, but the journalist was getting information from a contractor that worked for the Pentagon. So I don't know who they're considering the leaker because they act like it's one person, but it's one person giving this individual information, and then this individual is reporting the information they received. So to me, it seems like both of them are in the wrong. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get in this next video. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this Los Angeles County trying to create ice-free zones. Hair Juicer, we use federal funds for these services. Who's going to tell her? Yeah. Well, and we got a video for tomorrow. I already had the schedule full when I came across it today. But these sanctuary cities and these states that have these sanctuary cities, they're about to lose all their funding. They've been saying that for a while, but now it seems like it's actually being implemented. So they keep saying this judicial warrant bullshit. Yeah. Well, and they're still telling people that Americans are being kidnapped by ICE and stuff. They're just keeping it going. Russell, I wish I was in an ice-free zone. Fuck snow and ice. Yeah, I know, Russell. It's cold right now. We're getting blasted with this winter weather. Ghostly, federal law trumps this bullshit. Yeah. It's not gonna... They can go ahead and pass it, but it's not gonna change anything. Oh, I see Zero. I wasn't sure if it was the contractor or the journalist. Yeah, I think they both are probably deserving of discipline for those choices. Janik, the left is milking the shit out. Yeah, they are. They want another George Floyd situation, but I don't know how they're gonna make it happen. I can't wait for the stupid Renee shooting stuff to be over with. Butterfly, Melania is the classiest first lady ever. I agree. Polish, they probably have to charge someone and have a trial and the other person will go to jail. Yeah, I also wonder, what are they being charged with? Because providing classified information is a big deal, right? But they were providing it to the public as far as I know. They weren't selling it to our adversaries or anything like that. So I'm not sure if they're going to be accused of sedition or what kind of charges they're looking at. Sly Dog. Yeah, I tried to boost the volume. Some of these videos are quiet. It takes a second to boost the volume. What's up, Winston? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ma Bell? Happy freedom to you. Butterfly, they're gonna drag it until the wheels fall off. You're not wrong. What's up, Shane? Happy freedom. Meta, did you hear that a protester in Santa Ana, California got hit in the face with a smoke device thrown by ICE, suffered severe facial burn? I seen those claims. I seen a picture on X, somebody claiming they got struck in the face by something. I don't know. I didn't have time to actually look into it any further, though. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a video talking about it. What's up, Low End? Happy freedom to you, Low Ender. Appreciate you joining us. Bee's Knees, LA just being LA. Yeah, exactly. Lewis, it's called Go Home. That's right. Bullseye, they'll save Anthony till the weather's warm. Most likely. There'll be protests over that, too. They were saying he was innocent. It seemed, according to what they were reporting to us when we were covering Carmelo Anthony, it seemed like he was guilty as shit. And so if they pronounce, they sentence him guilty, it'll probably cause riots also. I don't know about riots, but it'll cause protests. Thank you for letting me know, Otters. Yeah, I need to learn more about it. Butterfly, it's still a felony. Oh, the classified information? It's a federal crime as far as I know. Alright, hooligans. Moving forward here. Like I said, FBI searches American journalist's home. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick. Let me grab this link. Our friend Larry could really use your help. Larry's been in and out of the hospital quite a bit. He's in need of a kidney transplant. But I put together a page for him over on the website. It's got his story, his details, links, and he even made a GoFundMe. If there's any way you can help our friend Larry, please go check out his page over on the website. Now, I haven't got confirmation. I've been trying to tell you guys this since Saturday, and I haven't got whole confirmation yet. But from what I've heard, the rumblings of the hooligans, Larry may have a match for his kidney. I think that's a thing. What I heard was that the donor either found us through the live or through the website, or somebody shared the link to the webpage on the website. That's what I can't nail down. But it seems like somehow through all of this stuff that we do on a daily basis, that's how Larry found a match. This person had contacted the sources through the webpage, and I guess the website was mentioned or the live was mentioned, or I don't know. That's what I haven't nailed down yet. But through what we do every day, I guess that's how Larry was able to get a match. And he did post on the website, not to put his business out there, but I think they got a date nailed down. So this is really good stuff for Larry. But like I said, Larry's got a lot going on. He could really use our help. But I think that's really great that we were potentially able to help Larry in this way through sharing links, talking about it, and so on and so forth, right? So I just want to say, keep praying for Larry. I'm glad we got some good news for Larry, and I just wanted to kind of update you guys on that. And when I get a confirmation, I'll give you some more details, but I'm pretty sure the stuff that we're doing on a daily basis is how we were able to help Larry out. And so huge shout out to all of us, and God bless Larry. So either way, getting back into the news here, like I said, FBI searches American journalist's home. Let's get this pulled up. Do the thing. All right, hooligans, hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get into this.
The FBI just searched the home of a Washington Post journalist today. It was part of an investigation related to leaked classified documents. The journalist is Hannah Nathanson, who spent the past year reporting on the White House's cuts to the federal workforce and its efforts to cut spending. Nathanson was home at the time of the search. The Post reports that her 2 laptops, her cell phone, and her Garmin watch were all seized during the operation. So, what is the investigation about? The investigation is tied to Trump's efforts to trim the size of the federal government. A warrant tied to the search noted it was focused on a Pentagon contractor who has been accused of taking classified reports. Attorney General Pam Bondi confirmed the search of the reporter's home, saying she was, quote, obtaining and reporting classified and illegal leaked information from a Pentagon contractor. Bondi says the leaker is behind bars. Now keep in mind, it is extremely rare for federal officers to conduct a search of the home of a U.S. journalist, even in cases involving classified information or national security. I'm Kate Martell, and I write the Hill's 1230 Report newsletter. For more of today's news, please go.
Okay. So they're saying that this journalist was raided by Fed boys. FBI went and took her devices. Now Bondi's saying that the journalist was obtaining and reporting classified information, illegally leaked information provided by the Pentagon contractor. Now Bondi's saying that the contractor is behind bars, but like I was saying in the video, they don't really explain that. But in the chat, I think it was Zero was saying that it's the contractor that's in jail right now, right? Because they're the ones providing the classified information. But I still don't exactly know what this all means, because obviously you're not supposed to give out classified information. He was the one providing it to somebody who didn't have clearance. That's obviously a problem, or potentially a problem. Then the journalist was taking this classified information and reporting on it, right? Providing it to the public, I assume, is what they mean when they say reporting on it. So I'm wondering what the consequences for that is. And what is the consequences called in general? Because it's probably a federal crime considering you're dealing with classified information. Who's being punished with what seems to be the next step. So I assume we're going to have a follow-up video on this. Next up, we get the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. It's titled Explosive Shots Fired in Police Ambush in South Carolina. Now this criminal who went and ambushed this cop was somehow using incendiary rounds. You cannot just go out there and buy incendiary rounds. As far as I know, that's not a thing. Incendiary rounds, if you don't know, are rounds that are on fire. That's the best way to explain it, is they're on fire. And so when you're lighting up a target, right, with incendiary rounds, you're not just putting bullets through it. You were flame on, right? You are catching this thing on fire and it's white hot. You cannot just buy this ammunition. As far as I know, it is highly illegal. So somehow this criminal got a hold of it and then ambushed a cop with it. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Fed boys raiding this journalist's home, and they're all out there handling classified information. Tin Man, I noticed on YouTube that liberal streamers are pushing that President Trump will be impeached. That's funny. Yeah, that's what they keep saying. Hair juicer, a guy caught a pepper ball in the eye point blank. Yeah. See, and he's probably going to get some doll hairs for that because, you know, it's supposed to be non-lethal rounds or whatever, so to cause great injury like that. Because the image I saw, this person's like whole face was all messed up. They could probably win a lawsuit, especially being in a liberal area. Hair juicer Dragon's Breath rounds. They made magnesium completely... let's see. Oh, made of magnesium is completely legal? Really? I did not know that. I've heard of dragon's breath, but I didn't know you could get that either. There's also bolo rounds. They got the bolos in it or whatever, the balls with like the wire in between them. There's rounds that got razor blades in them. As far as I know, all that stuff's illegal, but maybe it's state-based. Oh, I love this Zero. Bam. We did it. We did the thing. Love that. Butterfly dragon's breath sounds like a strain of weed. It does. It probably is. Otters, he's going to become the old one-eyed rich guy. He could. He's got potential. Otters just try to get dragon rounds for the shotgun, but they're like $20 a shot. Yeah. Otters, maybe a shotgun. Yeah, and they don't, as far as I know, they don't disclose what kind of weapon he had. If he had rifle or pistol or anything like it. Maybe he did have a shotgun. Torek. I'm just ruining your name. I don't know what else to call you. But saying they're traitors, yeah. Releasing classified information like that, especially knowingly, yeah. Traitors. They're not gonna get convicted of being traitors though. They'll get sedition or something less than being a traitor. Yesterday we covered a video of somebody in the Navy, I think they were, and they were directly giving classified information to China. And they got 6 counts of being a traitor. I don't know. They used other phrasing, but they're declared a traitor. Hooligans Island, what video are you talking about? Can you guys hear the wind blowing outside? We're getting slammed with a winter storm right now. God sign. Oh, I never thought about that. That is interesting. Hooligans Island, there's a funny video going around showing a counter-protester swinging and knocking out 5 different protesters, one after the other. Is that Tommy? Is that who it was? I don't know the new protesters yet because we haven't covered that stuff because it hasn't been fiery enough. But I think they were saying there's a live streamer named Tommy who just knocks these guys out. I don't know if it's the same person though. Hooligans Island, you could send it to me on X or you could send it to me through Discord. You could send me a link through an email if you want to go that route. Winston, China, yeah. Polish, it's windy as hell here too on the east side of the state. Yeah, we're getting slammed with this winter stuff. It's because it was 40 degrees yesterday or whatever. Zero, Jeff and the Hooligans sound like a band. It kind of sounds like a bluegrass band, in my opinion. Meta, Dragon's Breath got to be a hot sauce or jerky. I mean, there's got to be. It definitely is it has a good name for hot sauce or jerky. What's up, Techno? Happy freedom to you. What's up, free speech? Happy freedom to you. Happy New Year. There you go. Derek, they want to prove that the journalist knew it was classified. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Because that has to do with your intentions. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom. What's up, Bob Marley? Happy freedom to you. Oh, 10 man, no. Oh, maybe I'll have to look into it, Tin Man. I mean, if I reposted it, I assume that I did see it. Slipping my mind. I'm having a Biden moment, I guess. Turek. Dragon's Breath is a good way to start a bush pile burn. Yeah. Well, that's why I thought they were illegal, is because it's such a threat. Animal. Dragon's Breath sauce. Carolina Reaper ghost pepper habanero mix. It is a thing. It sounds spicy. Muy caliente. Alright, hooligans, let's get into this last little bit of the news. Like I said, explosive shots fired at a police ambush in South Carolina. This guy was willing to risk it all, and he did. Alright, hooligans, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
The explosive moment caught on camera. This surveillance video released by the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, or SLED, showing a car slowly creeping through a parking lot at the Greenville County Law Enforcement Center around 1 a.m. Sunday night, and then suddenly, shots are fired.
An ambush-style attack against a Greenville City officer.
According to investigators, the firework-like effect you see in this surveillance video coming from incendiary rounds meant to inflict maximum damage, the bullets containing a chemical mixture designed to spark a fire when hitting hard surfaces. Photos released by SLED showing the bullet holes and singed door of the officer's car. The suspect, later identified as 42-year-old David Lane, then led police on a chase, according to SLED. After an exchange of gunfire and a car crash, Lane found dead in his vehicle. A coroner's report saying the cause of death has been determined to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Tonight, the investigation into the shooting continues. Authorities say the wounded officer is okay and was released from the hospital. George Solis, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember...
All right. Well, like I said, I really wonder how he got those rounds, unless you can purchase this stuff legally, because when I found out about it, it was like 2015 or something when I first started hearing about these kind of incendiary rounds and all the different varieties and whatnot. But it was illegal at the time. You couldn't get this kind of ammunition. Now, things have changed quite a bit in the last 11 years. So I don't know much about it, but it's pretty unusual to see somebody just casually using incendiary rounds. Now, this 42-year-old man went on a high-speed chase after ambushing the officer. Apparently they had a shootout, and then he got in a car crash, and then he smoked himself. So he's no longer our problem, and we don't have to pay for him to survive in prison the rest of his life. So I guess it was a win-win, supposedly. Nobody was injured, just the vehicle, right? The vehicle was torn up from the ambush. That's going to cost some tax dollars, but either way. Like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We're getting into the fun stuff next. We're going to be opening today's drawer of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled, She's Offering. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled, Tweaker Geographic, Part 5. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about this officer being ambushed by this asshole who had incendiary rounds. Snooks, it's because of the videos, because we've had two videos that were low volume today. It happens, but I got to go into like 4 or 5 windows in order to boost the volume, so it takes me a second. Zero good, save the taxpayers a bunch of money. Yeah, exactly. Bill Clay, you got to use the cheat codes in order to get the incendiary rounds. See, that's what I was thinking. It's got to be. It's got to be how he got them. Got signed, he bought them, $20 for a box of 4. Do you think they were shotgun rounds? Colty, probably. I have to look into it. Oh, Otters, yeah, I didn't think about people doing reloads. I've never used reloaded rounds before. Anybody I've ever been near that had reloaded rounds, they treated them like they were explosive devices. They were like, okay, let's put the bullet in the gun. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just buy the shit from the store. But I understand it's a delicate process. You do something wrong, you're gonna have big problems, and I don't know. So I've never used reloaded ammo before, and I don't have the money to get a setup to reload it myself. Otters, yeah, it could be homemade. Definitely could be how he got it. Wrench, certain states, those rounds are illegal, but not all. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was, the 7.62 by 28. Those rounds, I think, are illegal in Michigan unless you get the full metal jacket ones. I think if you get the armor-piercing rounds, they're illegal, which I didn't know that for a long time. It's hard to get those 7.6 rounds. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Because they got a Ruger. Oh, that's his. Is a Ruger 5.7. They got one of those at Dunham's. They're like $700, and they're badass. But the ammunition is so damn expensive and scarce. And what good is it having a gun that has no bullets? What's up, Trickster? Happy freedom to you. Otters, I prefer store-bought also. I have reloads, but I don't want my guns gunked up. If they're jacketed wrong, yeah. Ranch, the states they're illegal is Alaska, California, Florida, Hawaii, Iowa, Maine, New York. I don't know what those ones are. A-pose, F-pose, I don't know what that is. Washington, D.C., all of Illinois, yeah. Isn't everything illegal in D.C.? You can't have guns at all in D.C., right? Like, not within the city limits. Meta was in South Carolina, I believe. Yeah, it was South Carolina where that happened. The ambush on the officer. Ghostly, no guns in DC. Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot. I've never been to DC. I'd like to go at some point just to see all the places that we've covered riots and shit. Most people go to DC to see like the Lincoln Memorial and all that stuff, which I'd like to see that too. But I'd like to just go to these iconic places where we've seen MAGA million marches and all of that. Meta, yeah, the cop was in the car, and as far as I know, nobody was injured. Just the vehicle was damaged. What's up, Honey Badger? Happy freedom. Payden, you think it sounds like a false flag? Could be. What's up, Addie Walker? Happy freedom to you. My roast is starting to get done. I can actually smell it. What's up, Mike Ingalls? Happy freedom to you. Derek, yeah, you could definitely load those rounds at home. I didn't consider that until people started mentioning it in the chat. Sergeant No, Army Post Office, Federal Post Office. Oh, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know what that was. All right, hooligans, let's get into the fun stuff. Like I said, we're going to open today's door of the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne, and we got our two funny videos of the day. First one was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled, She's Offering. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Colty, and it's titled, Tweaker Geographic, Part 5. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, really quick, if you'd like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the video description. We have PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee. You can send something to the P.O. Box, or you can even send crypto. Let's get into things. Let me see here. See what we get today from the Advent Calendar sent by Tori Wayne. Now, I haven't been putting the little figures together. I know, normally I'm showing you guys the little things I put together. I haven't been doing that because I want to start putting together the bigger designs that they have, right? We got to take 4 or 5 of these packs and then combine them to make a bigger design. Like you see on the box here, you can see Giant Santa, right? The Nutcracker. You got Bambi Al-Qaeda there with the sleigh. You got to break down the little figures in order to build the big ones. Look how round my fingers are, okay? I cannot pull these little bricks apart. I'm not able to do that. God did not give me that ability. So instead of putting these little figures apart to tear them apart and then put them together as bigger figures, we're just going to hold off and make the bigger figures. Now you know. Today is day 17. Let's see what we get today. Like I said, day 17. Got your feets out here. I'm going to send toe pics to all the hooligans. Pick your toes up. Let's see what we got today. We might have the rest of the Bambi Al-Qaeda build. Let's take a gander. Let me see. Why is it cold? Why is my instructions cold? It is. This is the last piece I needed for the Bambi Al-Qaeda build. So I should be able to build this thing. It's Bambi Al-Qaeda in a sleigh. I know you can't tell because my camera is always working against me, but that's what it is. And I'll show you guys as soon as I get it put together. Maybe tomorrow for the live I'll have the whole thing built. We'll see. That's the goal. Thank you so much, Tori Wayne. Really appreciate you. Hopefully we'll have a big build for tomorrow to show off, other than my giant cat here. Let's get into some funny videos, you hooligans. Now hold on. Let me get the damn video on the screen here. There we go. Alright, like I said, this first one was provided by Sly Dog, and it's titled, She's Offering.
Nice. So, where do you want to do this?
Holy. He was so psyched in his Heelys. Holy, he pulled up. I don't know how she could contain herself. Either way, getting into our official funny video of the day. This one was provided by Colty and it's titled Tweaker Geographic Part 5.
This episode of Tweaker Geographic. A tweaker learns he's not built for nature because a turkey has picked him as today's target. The bird stays locked on, charging down the street like a feathered, heat-seeking missile, matching every juke and zigzag, like it's enforcing turkey law. On this episode of Tweaker...
Not the turkey. You said the turkey was locked on. I don't know. That's why we ain't got tweakers in Michigan. You can't outrun the turkeys. Anyways, that is all the coffee I had for you hooligans today. I'm going to grab this link really quick. I'm going to drop in all the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. And we're going to be raiding out over on Rumble. Why you got that face? Fix your face. He always be looking grumpy. Look at him. Like he's just got a hard life. Eating Fancy Feast and Go-Gurts and whatever else he's got all day laying around. He's got 3 cat towers. He's got 2 cat tubes. Ah, the hard life. Oh, such a hard life, little Klaus Daniels. Yes. Anyways, there's a link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, we'd really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because you got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards that keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website is the best way to experience the live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You have access to the forums, the arcade, the Hooligan AI, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. Like I said, we're going to read through. We got the pledge coming up, and we're raiding out over on Rumble. Let me see. Here, Juicer, one time I dropped a 223 round in the stove and didn't notice. Scared the hell out of me when I started dinner. No, I believe it. I believe it, here, Juicer. It's risky. Ghostly, I'm well versed in bird law. Don't ask Turbo about turkey. He's sensitive about the topic. He was telling us all about it in the voice chat a couple weeks ago. Snooks, you have sexy man fingers. I don't know, Snooks. I don't know if that's true, okay? God gave me these fat fingers. I don't know what they're good for. I don't know what to say. She likes them. Holy. Stump's fingers, yeah, exactly. Oh, I appreciate you being with us. Too old to care. Hey, thank you for being with us, Colty. Enjoy the rest of your day. Otters, I tell my dogs all the time, those birds in a pack will kick your ass. Yeah, turkeys, they're everywhere here. Colty, the feathered heat-seeking missile. Yes. I don't know. I'd fight back. I don't know what that guy was doing. Running. You can't show him fear. The whole house is creaking. The wind is just having its way with the building right now. Hooligans Island fingers from making cornbread. That's right. I'm excited for it. I hope it turns out. Because I don't want to hear you guys giving me all that shit tomorrow when I show you what it looks like. Colty, I had to grab him by the throat and turn him into dinner. Yeah, see, you can't show fear. That was an alpha turkey. Oh, yeah, Meta, it is 30 minutes past Fancy Feast time. That's why Klaus is looking that way. What's up, Daywalker? Happy freedom to you. So, Enigman, leave it to the juicer. Yeah, that's how it goes. What's up, Nephila? Happy freedom to you. Derek, having a gun without bullets is like having a car without gas. Yeah. It's like having shoes with no feet. Your juicer Subaru drivers say that big fingers are desirable. I don't have big fingers, I got wide fingers. And it's like, God, what'd you give me these for? He's going to give me a wife next. And then it'll all make sense. Anyways, let's do the thing, you hooligans. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Holy, try and do the thing. Cat hair right in my throat. Sabotage. Anyways, let's see who we're raiding out over on Rumble. Who's live? Who'd we raid yesterday? What day is today? It's Wednesday, isn't it? What day is it? It's Wednesday. So we raided Angel and we raided Rotella yesterday because he had blue teeth. Blue teeth, blue tongue. Italian's live. Waffle Meat's live. Wilkie's live. Handy's live. But I think we got to raid the cat dog today. Look at this guy. Hold on. Look at this guy. I don't know if we're going to be able to put him on the screen. This guy's going to have these ladies swooning. Look at that cat dog. This super mullet. He's got the super mullet. This guy cracks me up. Let's get ready for the raid, hooligans. I'm typing in the wrong chat. That happens sometimes. Boom. Hit that like button as soon as you land. Let's get raiding, you hooligans.
What the fuck one is it? Get me in there. Get me in. Why did I pick lock this room? Why did I pick lock this room? What was there to get? Slay dog. Oh shit, Jeff Mac with the raid! For the love of otters, I appreciate you guys coming in. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful fucking Wednesday. A wonderful hump day. The mullet of the gods. You know, it's only right. Special Agent Pussy Wagon shows up right. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys coming in, man. If you guys haven't already, smash that fucking like button. Hooligans Island, welcome in. Winston, welcome in. Too old to care. Happy freedom. I appreciate the hooligans coming in, man. You guys are fucking crazy every time. I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. W's in the chat for the hooligans, baby. I want to see y'all spamming the fucking W's. Happy freedom and ballyhoo. I love that. I appreciate you guys coming in, man. We got the fucking Gucci aviators on tonight. It's only right. You stroke the thumbs up? Hell yeah. That's kind of hot. I stroke a lot of things, including the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys coming in and spreading the love tonight. We're playing the first ever Splinter Cells game. This came out in 2002, and it's a classic that I've never played. Wrench, I appreciate you coming in, Mel. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Zero. I hope you're having a great... What's up, Ghostly? Business in the front, party in the back. Shit. Don't even get me started. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? How'd you know? How'd you... Business in the front, party in the back, chat. You already know how it is. I appreciate you guys coming in, man. If you haven't already, smash that fucking like button, chat. Alright, we're kind of in like a dire situation in the game right now. I'm trying to like figure out where I need to go, and we might die and explode and die again. Ooh, what just fell? My panties? Oh. Don't worry, I can pick them up. Don't worry, I got you. Let me pick them up real quick. Woo! Smells a little spicy. Fucking throw those over there. Get them off the screen. Have an awesome live, bro. I appreciate you, Jeff. Much love, man. So much love for the hooligans and everybody that came out to the raid, man. Dropping in, checking out the stream, whatever you're doing. I appreciate a thumbs up. If you want to feel a little extra repost, I appreciate you guys, man. While you're here, I'm gonna take this time to also promote my my Instagram, my new Instagram, my new TikTok and YouTube. I'm uploading shorts on there. Waiting for a Rumble. There's the link. It just popped up in the chat. But we're waiting for Rumble to get Rumble shorts because they should be getting it soon. Be sure to click that. If you have Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, go give me a fucking follow on there. I'm uploading censored shorts over there. They're censored. When Rumble drops them, I will be also putting the uncensored versions on Rumble. So I'm really excited, man. We're just trying to push Rumble, baby. 2026, we're doing new fucking things. It's more work for me, but guess what? We're gonna figure it out and we're gonna do it. Might have a nice OnlyFans account too. It's off the record. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that because the IRS is listening. I gave it.
Fantastic raid, you hooligans. God, Cat Dog cracks me up. He is so funny. I didn't know. I mean, I saw the mullet and I knew something was going on, but I had no idea that it was going to be like that. He had the sexy music and stuff. He gave us the look. I'm hot. I don't know. I didn't know it was going to be like that. I almost had to like shut the live off, just keep it to myself. Either way, we're going to read through the chat really quick, but we are wrapping this up. We'll be live again tomorrow for some more coffee with hooligans. Holy. Zero, Cat Dog slays me. He's a great entertainer. I agree. I love Cat Dog. He's awesome. Tulicare, he's wild. He is the wild Cat Dog. Hooligans Island gynecologist fingers. It's not my fault. Goodness, he cracks me up. Thanks for being with us, Day 9. Enjoy the rest of your day. Meta, I know. Mr. Smooth today. Hey, thanks for being with us, Stern. Enjoy the rest of your day. What's up, Meat Udders? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, Zero. Enjoy the rest of your night and be safe as well. Ghostly swinging that thing around in the chat. Thank you, Too Old to Care. Much love to you. All right, hooligans, it looks like we're good to go. Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow with some more coffee with hooligans. I really appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news, and thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. You guys have been fantastic. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Find yourself some good food, have fun, and be safe. I'm going to try and do the same, and like I said, make your way back to us tomorrow for more coffee with hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.